Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you to the 2025 Spring Graduation Ceremony of the University's academic partner, UNICAF. The ceremony will be starting very soon. Before we get started, I have a few notices to share with you. We understand that you may wish to use your mobile phone to take pictures or record parts of the ceremony. However, please could we ask that you refrain from making or taking calls. This is a special celebration and we encourage you to be present and enjoy this special experience and save your social media posting for after the ceremony. We hope that you all enjoy yourselves today, and although this is a formal occasion, it is also a celebration. Please feel free to clap and cheer our graduating students as they receive their well-deserved rewards. Celebrate everyone as they cross the stage, not just the student that you have come to support today. If you have young children with you and they become restless, please do not feel that you cannot leave the auditorium if you need to. Please use the doors at the rear, and don't worry, you will be allowed back in so you won't miss your student's big moment. Guests, feel free to take as many photos as you like, but be mindful to keep the aisles clear and not to block the view of anyone sitting behind you. A presentation photograph will be taken of each graduating student as they cross the stage. These will be available to purchase from Marston Events in the foyer of the Waterfront building immediately after the ceremony. While in the Waterfront building, there will also be another opportunity to have professional photographs taken. You will also collect your certificate and return your gown in the Waterfront building. The nearest toilets to the auditorium are at the rear. We're not expecting any fire alarms, but if we do need to evacuate for any reason, please follow directions from the stage and our stewards and leave using any of the marked fire exits. At the end of the ceremony, and you'll be doing really well if you remember this by the time we get there, our stage party and graduates will process out of the hold and back to the Waterfront building where there will be a drinks reception. Once graduates have left, guests will be invited to follow. Please wait for directions from our stewards before leaving the auditorium. Please can we also ask you each to take care when crossing the road, wait for the traffic lights and only cross at the allocated place. You may be aware that today is VE80 Day and there will be a 2-minute silence at 12 noon. By this time we anticipate being in the Waterfront building. There will be a tannoy announcement and we will observe the 2-minute silence over there. To kick off our celebrations, though, for this ceremony, can I ask you to look at the screen behind me for a short video presentation? So, graduates, are you ready to graduate? Well, we've got somebody very enthusiastic on the front row, but the rest of you look like you haven't quite woken up. Graduates, are you ready to graduate? Okay, so if you are able, can I ask you all to stand in your seats for the procession?
Well, good morning to everybody. It really is a fine morning. As Vice-Chancellor of the University of Suffolk, I very warmly welcome you to this occasion. As I hope you're aware, it's a ceremony for our UNICAF, Public Health and MBA students. It gives me great pleasure to formally open this congregation. Please be seated. So, welcome to everybody here today, and particularly for the middle section of the auditorium who are looking resplendent today. This is all about celebrating your success, and it's a new innovation here that we're having these spring graduations. I'm well aware of the effort so many of you've put into travelling to get here today, and I hope you spend a bit of time exploring the magnificent campus and the waterfront. You have your support crew of varying ages with you, and they should feel both relaxed and happy to be here, welcome to cheer, and those of you with little people, please don't worry, they're also very welcome. We also have members of our alumni community and local guests. But today is mainly about your success and hard work. Your degree certificate means so much more than the piece of paper. It represents confirmation of the knowledge and skills that you've gained. Your dedication to your studies, your ability to overcome internet issues and all the other problems associated with it, and the sacrifices that you've had to make. I don't think there's anybody sitting here that hasn't had to compromise on perhaps doing family duties, missed the odd social engagement, and had difficulties combining what is hard work with other work. This is an important stepping stone in your career and hopefully a journey of lifelong learning. Our university, the University of Suffolk, is proud of its relationship with UNICAF, and on behalf of both the staff, educational staff and support staff, I would really like to thank them on your behalf, because without their support, it also would have not meant success. We've partnered for over 5 years now, and in that time seen over 1,700 students graduate across international nursing, public health and MBA programmes. We're adding different courses of study, an LLB law, and undergraduate degrees in business management and computing. And currently we have around 4,000 students enrolled. Some of your own stories are quite remarkable, and that's a lovely aspect of an event like today, hearing from you firsthand. To illustrate this, I'd like to mention one of our current MSc in Public Health students, Ayub Hassan Abdallah Mohammed. He's from Sudan and recently won the essay competition at the Dubai Conference. He's an example of global reach and impact. He's currently a humanitarian worker in refugee camps, and he's wrote about the challenges he'd had to overcome. And I will read you a short excerpt from that essay. I was born in Sudan, and since childhood I have been witnessing the devastating effects of war. Yet despite the total lack of sense of security and certainty in life, I have always dreamt of studying at university and doing humanitarian work. In the end, I succeeded and managed to do both. I remember countless days and nights spent searching for a safe place to do my homework. I resorted to studying by candlelight because of the long periods we had to survive without electricity, while trying to ignore the distant rumble of artillery fighting and bombardments. Yet despite all the tough challenges we were facing, my determination to learn and to grow as a person in order to be able to serve other victims of war became stronger. Even in our darkest hours, there is light and hope at the end of the tunnel. I now hope my story can inspire others not to give up on their dreams, however impossible they seem at the moment. Everyone here has shown commitment, perseverance and resilience. And I'd also like to give a mention perhaps to one of our graduating MBA students, Tashana. She's shown a different aspect of study. Coming from Jamaica, she's a project manager with Kingston Bookshop. She has highlighted how, as a professional, wife and mother of two, UNICAF's online study has offered her flexibility and balance in combining these aspects of her life. If you look at the online graduation brochure, she says, "The MBA has enriched my leadership, strategic thinking and project management skills, as well as my confidence to mentor others. I have gained resilience, discipline, and a global perspective, and the tools to make a meaningful impact in my field and community." I'm sure all of you could echo similar sentiments. Another marker of the success of our programmes with UNICAF is the growing number of people who wish to study for a higher degree or doctorate. And these PhDs go into much greater depth of specific areas of their discipline. A university, as well as excellence in teaching, we were very pleased that we had a silver award, is also assessed, and as a young university, we have specific areas of research. And even though our youth, we have looked at particular areas and are internationally and world leading in those areas. Our ambition as a university is reflected in our moving up the league tables, and we have gone a remarkable 68 places in the Complete University Guide over a course of 3 years, which is joint top performance. So you can be reassured of the quality and excellence of the university from which your degree has been awarded. Finally, coming to the end of my talk, I would also like to mention how grateful we were that we were shortlisted for the University of the Year. This was through the What Uni Student Choice Awards, and this vote came from the students themselves. So together, we're making a positive and transformational impact. We, like you, are improving and changing society, and I'd like you to carry that philosophy with you for the rest of your time. I do hope you enjoyed today's ceremony and wish you every success for the future.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. In the spirit of fostering connection between our alumni and graduating students, we are honoured to invite two notable alumni to deliver a short address to today's graduation ceremony, representing the fields of health and business. This initiative celebrates the achievements of our distinguished alumni, and by showcasing the success stories of our alumni, we aim to inspire and demonstrate the potential outcomes of a university education by offering a glimpse into the possibilities that lie ahead for our graduates. It gives me great pleasure to first invite alumna Gemma Yarnton-Peacock to address the congregation. Gemma graduated in radiography and oncology in 2014 and currently works in our local NHS integrated care system as a senior leader for the allied health professions workforce.
I would like to begin with a warm welcome to the University of Suffolk and this beautiful venue today. I was born and raised in Suffolk, and it has been a joy to see the university expand and evolve over the years in both ambition and partnership. Some of you may live locally or in other parts of the UK, and some of you will have travelled significant distances to be here today for what is an exciting and highly memorable occasion for you and your loved ones. It is truly an honour to have been invited to speak in front of you all today as an alumni of the university and continued colleague, supporter and champion within the field of health and care. Seeing you all in your graduation attire and putting on my own gown again today takes me back to my own graduation ceremony in 2014, over 10 years ago now. I remember the overwhelming feelings of excitement, relief, and nervous anticipation of what lay ahead of me, feelings which may well resonate with some of you today. Relief that I had done it, I'd gotten to the end and completed my undergraduate degree in radiotherapy and oncology, and was now a fully fledged therapeutic radiographer. Excitement for me, for my peers, my family, to be able to celebrate our achievements, all the hurdles overcome and commitments made. And yes, nervous anticipation. I now had to go forward and use all that I had learned and accomplished in the real world and deliver life-saving cancer treatment. I've always been driven to learn and use new knowledge to achieve more. In my early postgraduate career, I was the first to volunteer for new opportunities and informal roles to develop myself and others. I became a practice educator in the NHS, developing and facilitating education for students, staff and patients. A particular highlight at this point in my career was being able to educate patients and their relatives on the radiotherapy treatment journey through virtual reality. It was incredibly satisfying to be able to put people at ease and better prepare them for their treatment and what they may encounter. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I was off work on maternity leave, having given birth to our first son in July 2020. As many of us experienced across the globe, this was an extraordinary time and changed our own outlooks and ambitions in life. On returning to work in 2021, I knew I wanted to develop my career further and learn more about the bigger picture of health and care. Before my son was 1 year old, I was successfully appointed to a new role in our local NHS trust as a lead for practice education for the allied health professionals, a collective term for a group of 14 professions. 4 years on, I am now working in our local integrated care system as a senior leader for the AHP workforce. It has been an incredible opportunity to connect different parts of the health and care system, including working closely with the university to ensure that we have the right people in the right place and at the right time to meet the needs of our local population. This brings me back to you all and the reason we are here today. A master's degree in public health is a phenomenal achievement and a resource that our people and communities will benefit from across the world, both now and in the future. The work of improving and protecting health has never been more important and will forever be an evolving picture with new insights, technologies and treatments around every corner. With the incredible pace of change and opportunity in the field of health, one thing I wish someone had said to me earlier on in my career is that making mistakes along the way is okay. Being highly ambitious at heart, not getting things right can be tough to come to terms with, and the journey of learning can be uncomfortable. But I would like to be the person today to tell you that it's okay if things don't go to plan. It is from the mistakes that we grow new knowledge and meaningful understanding. There is learning to be had, and what could be more valuable than that? I would like to wish you all the very best as you take on new paths and opportunities, and I hope to see one of you standing here next year telling your story to the next cohort of public health graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Gemma. I'm also delighted to welcome alumnus Koya Smeha, who was awarded his MBA by the university in 2023 and works as the International Trade Manager for the Suffolk Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning, everyone. Vice Chancellor, esteemed faculty, proud families and friends, and of course, our incredible graduates. It's a real honor to be here today. Firstly, congratulations, you have achieved something truly remarkable. Earning an MBA is no small matter. Earning it while balancing everything else life has to offer shows even greater strength, determination, and resilience. When I was invited to speak today, I reflected on my own journey and realized it shares a lot with many of you here today. When I finished school, I didn't have a clear plan for what I wanted to do. I first started software engineering, then moved to business studies, still uncertain about the direction I should take. So I decided just to go with the flow. I worked in retail, then moved into IT support, and then into personal banking and business banking, where I spent 16 years. Today, I work for Suffolk Chamber of Commerce as an international trade manager, and I really enjoy what I do. I completed every role that I have undertaken to the best of my ability, always striving to leave each place better than I have found it. But deep down, there was always a feeling that a piece of me was missing. Something still unfinished. That's when I decided to pursue my MBA. I also looked at my children. I wanted to inspire them. Their mother, my wife, followed the traditional path, earning her degree and going on to doing work she's passionate about. But I wanted my children to see something else too. That there are different paths to success, that you don't have to have everything figured out at the beginning, and that it's never too late to challenge yourself and grow. I'll be honest, balancing work, family, and study wasn't easy. At times, it meant late nights studying between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. after a long day of work, and helping at home, supporting my pregnant wife, meeting demands of a 4-year-old, and trying to give everyone and everything the time it deserved. But through it all, I learned discipline. I learned resilience, patience, and time management in ways that no textbook could ever teach. I learned that persistence, even small steps forward every day, builds something powerful over time. And I know that many of you have your own version of this story. You have juggled work, family, personal challenges, and responsibilities. And today, you are standing here as proof that dedication and perseverance pays off. Through your studies, Through your studies, you haven't just earned a degree. You have developed skills and real leadership, adaptability, empathy, grit, and the ability to thrive under pressure. As you move forward from today, I offer 3 pieces of advice. Stay curious. The world is changing faster than ever, and continuous learning will be your greatest asset. Stay connected. Your fellow graduates, the university, and the networks that you form will be some of your greatest allies. Stay courageous. There will be challenges, there will be setbacks. But if you can balance everything you already have, if you can study at midnight after long work days and family responsibilities, then you can overcome anything. Graduates, today is not just a celebration of your success, it is the beginning of your next adventure. Wiser, stronger, and ready to take on the difference. Congratulations once again, and thank you.
Thank you, Chris. We now move to the conferment of awards to our students. This is one of 3 spring congregations during which nearly 400 UNICAF students will have been eligible to receive their awards. Before proceeding, it's necessary for me to read statements of authority for the conferral of the awards that will be made today. I confirm that all eligible candidates have met the regulations and requirements of the awarding bodies and therefore are eligible for their awards. By the authority of the University of Suffolk Senate, all candidates presented at this ceremony in person or in absentia will be conferred or granted the degrees, diplomas and certificates to which they are entitled. I now invite Associate Professor Stuart Agnew, Director for the Centre of International and Academic Partnerships, to present the candidates from UNICAF for their awards.
Good afternoon, graduates, family, friends. On behalf of the University, UNICAF and all your lecturers, I would like to say how incredibly proud we are of all of our students graduating here today. And we offer our heartfelt congratulations on your immense achievements. Well done, every single one of you. We will now move to the presentation of candidates for their awards. As was mentioned earlier, please celebrate it. I invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Jenny Hyam, to confer the awards. I have the pleasure in presenting the candidates from UNICAF for the awards for which they have qualified. For the Master of Science in Public Health, Ogochukwu Anyanwu. Kondwane Bota. Patience Dubby. Emmanuel Egby. Henry Agreva. Grace Emmanuel. Mary Elisanwe. Kudakwashe Kubara. Sandra Edrokwa. Advamas Ngambi. No? Oh, I apologize. Raphael? Apologies, sir. Raphael Njuku. Frank Okuyonge. Sorry. Bukola Olaposi. Deborah Holiness Serwa. Lawrence Senyangi. Chikshoke McDonald Ugwumba. For the Masters of Business Administration, Ya Nemo Adje. Ede Akpabio. Thank you. Adaku Akpoko. Apologies, I'll do that one again. Adaku Akpoko Oji. Apologies. Thank you. Troy Brandon Geron Bullock. Shivanya Ishmael. Amir Elamiri. Maureen Kioma Eni. Mariana Ibrahim Atala Gabriel. Hiranand Jugru. Tashana Johnson Lynch. Rosalind Magaya. Rena Manarung. Dorcas Sear and Gagby. Olali Khan Odejiji. Priscilla Rothenberg. Tibogo Tom. Sophia Villas. That completes the presentations from UNICAF. Thank you, Vice-Chancellor, and congratulations to all our new graduates. Very well done.
I now have the pleasure in inviting one of our new graduates, Mary Ela Samney, to address the congregation.
Thank you, Father Hannah. Vice-Chancellor, graduates and guests, I have the pleasure of giving the vote of thanks on behalf of the graduates from UNICAF here today. Like many of my colleagues, it has been a fulfilling experience studying for my master's at the University of Suffolk through UNICAF. We have learned new skills, we've optimized old ones, we've learned how resilient we can be in trying to achieve our goals. For example, I had to study for my master's while pregnant, having a toddler, you can hear him there, and while writing my professional exams also. All thanks to God for the strength and courage to do all this, to my husband, to my children, for times I have to sleep early and wake up very late at night till early morning, just studying for my master's. And for my family also for helping me to prove my research projects. And on behalf of all of us here today, graduating today, I say thank you to all our tutors for their constructive feedbacks and to our family and friends for their support. And now, to show us appreciation to our parents, partners, family, friends, tutors, and everyone who has helped us along the way. Could I ask all graduates to stand up, please? And join me in a round of applause. We say thank you, and I wish everyone the best of luck. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mary. We are now approaching the end of the graduation ceremony, which will be formally closed by our Pro-Vice Chancellor for Commercial and Academic Partnerships, Marek Hornak.
Thank you all for coming, and congratulations everyone who received an award today. I hope that, as we are proud of you, you're also proud to say that you are now a graduate of University of Suffolk. This means you become a distinguished member of a vibrant global community of 40,000 Suffolk alumni. Our graduates go on to a huge variety of rewarding careers and fulfilling lives, and we wish you every success. We ask you today to continue to be our best ambassadors, to embody our transformational ethos, to live your values, and to share your experiences of the University of Suffolk with others. You can inspire our current and future students with your career journeys and stories, and you will always receive a warm welcome if you are able to visit us here in Ipswich. Please stay connected to our university through our alumni relations and development team who are here today and who will be in touch with you over the coming weeks. You will forever be part of the Suffolk community wherever you are in the world. Please stand and remain in your places as the stage party processes out of the ceremony. Our new graduates will then be led across the road to the waterfront building where you'll be able to meet up with your guests. Guests and supporters, please remain in your seats until you are directed to leave the building. I now declare this congregation closed. Thank you.